morning YouTube, this is Cactus Naga, and today I'm going to be taking apart my Keurig 2.0. It's the K200 model, and the reason why I'm going to be taking it apart is because it's been having a persistent water under pressure and brew interrupted message, and I just want to get inside it and see whether perhaps the pressure sensor switch is misbehaving or what. I've already done the usual needle maintenance. Stick a pin in there to kind of clean up the two needles there. There are two needles. One is here and the other one is here. I've got that done. I've also cleaned out on the bottom side. I've that needle too. So it kind of works for a while, and then the message comes back. So I suspect there's something going on inside here. There's a control board in there, and there's a switch on it, a pressure switch. So I'm going to try to get to it and see what's going on. I'm going to just kind of remove everything there is on this, including the drip tray, and I will get the water tank off also. So next thing I'm going to do is remove a few screws that are on the bottom side. There are 4 screws here on the bottom, and there are a couple of screws, one here and one here. There are 2 plastic caps that are covering the screws. Easy enough just to remove the caps using a knife or something, and I think that should be, there it goes. That's one of the caps. Similarly on this side, get that cap off, and you should be able to get the screws off now. It's a Phillips. Now that the screws are off on the top side, lay it on the side, and there should be 4 screws. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Just get those screws off. The screws on the bottom are actually slightly longer than the 2 screws on the top there, so when you are reassembling, just make sure that you don't use the wrong screws in the wrong spots. Okay, so there's the last of the 4 screws on the bottom, and bring it back up here. The next thing to do is to get this ring off. That's where it all starts. So lift it up, and I think I can show you. There are a few clips. I believe there are 5 of them all around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little clips that hold it in place. In order to get this thing off, you need to get in there and hook in behind under the plastic lip and pull it off. There it comes. That's the first one, and keep on doing it. And you can even use a little nail, the nail head, to kind of help you pull back the lip. That's the second one, and they all come off. So that's what it looks like. The 5 notches in there, and yeah, these five tabs on the side there. And looks like one of the tabs just broke, but that's not a big deal. We don't need all the 5 tabs. Next thing is to get this ring off. Similar stuff. You just have to pry it off and it should just come off. And maybe you can start on the side there. Use a knife, something just to get in there, and okay. Feels as if things are going to be breaking up, but it's really not. I mean, I'm sure something will break eventually, but this Keurig machine is not working anyway, so okay. Again, some tabs, 3 tabs in here, and there's little notches here for the tabs that go around there. None of these tabs broke, so I'm good. And looks like there are a couple more screws that just got exposed. I'm gonna get that off. Knife broke. Now we will remove the front panel, and for that we're going to be bringing it forward up to the edge of the table, so that this portion kind of hangs over it. Let me see whether I can show that better. So I'm just going to bring it forward a little bit so that I can slide this front cover back and down. Lift it up a little bit on the top there and kind of bring it down and out. A little bit down. There it goes. So let me show you. So there are these little notches that are pointing upwards, so you got to get them down and out of the way. There are little notches in there that these hooks get into, so you got to kind of pull it out a little bit and move it down and get it out of the way. So the next thing is to get the back panel off completely. It's as one piece. As you can see here, there are some locks and some clips, which means that this the back plate needs to come upwards. You can see that the little notch there that is hanging on to the little edge there. So gotta get the back plate up and away, which I will attempt to do now. So it looks like we gotta kind of separate this guy off first by pulling it up a little bit. There are couple of notches here again. Get that off. Okay. 2 notches here, and 2 corresponding clips, one there and one there, and of course these guys are all pointing downwards, so which means it needs to lift up. Got to press down a little bit to get the latches off the notches. Now that this is off, I'm hoping everything else will be easier to get off. There we go. So there it is, the Keurig K200 disassembled. The circuit board is in here, and therein is the pressure sensor, or the switch that causes this whole thing to go into an error mode. I'm going to power up the unit in this condition and see what happens. So I've plugged the unit in, and I'm going to switch it on, and of course the water is cold now, so it's going to be preheating. And while it's doing that, let's see what happens when I monkey with this guy here. I'm going to kind of act as if it's blocked or something. I'm just going to depress the pipe, and guess what? There it is. That's that message. And of course now nothing's going to happen unless I do that and bring it down again. I'm going to say cancel, and here it is again. I'm going to press on the pipe, and oop, there it goes. Do it again. Try to block the pipe off by squeezing on it. There it goes. So it's either seems as if there is actually a blockage in this pipe, but I seriously doubt that, or the sensor is has become a little too sensitive. So let's see. Yep. Very, very repeatable. Yep. Okay. So if I was to remove the line from the sensor by pulling it out, gotta make sure that I don't zap myself. Out it comes, and obviously now by closing off this pipe, nothing should happen because it's not connected to the sensor anymore, which is pretty intuitive. So nothing happens. The moment I stick this back in, Then I squeeze on it, squeezing, there it goes. Okay, so I think I'm going to disconnect this sensor and carry on using this Keurig. Of course, we will have to make sure that this pipe gets blocked off, otherwise water is going to run out of this. I'll figure out a way to block that off. So this is what I've done. I've kind of folded back the pipe and wrapped some sort of a tie wrap around it. This guy is going to remain disconnected. I'm going to tuck this away somewhere where it won't mess with anything. Maybe somewhere there, if we'll allow it, or maybe in there, somewhere there. Something like that. And the protective cover for the circuit board actually cracked, so I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to put back the covers in the same order that reverse order that it was removed. So I'm going to start with this guy. I think. Kind of went in pretty well. So that's looking good. Show you the close-up of the notches. So there are the notches, pretty well lined up and locked in place. Similarly on this side, notches locked in place. Everything seems to be fitting quite well. Putting the top section of the back cover on. Let's see how that goes. So go line up these notches down there. Bring it forward. Press it down. Nice. Nice fit. Got those two shorter screws that we will install on these two locations. Okay, and now the front panel, this guy, Again, we gotta bring it forward again just because we need to get it below the level. Edge overhangs it. This guy goes and slides over it. That's gone down pretty well too. So next thing to do is stick the bottom screws back in, 4 of them. So that everything is now fitting together pretty well. Just gonna start putting the other fasteners on the top. Again, these are the smaller ones, smaller screws. Put that on. Don't go crazy with the tightening of it. It's just plastic. Don't necessarily want to crack anything out there. This little piece goes back in. Not sure exactly what this is, but hey, it was there, so I'm going to put it back in. The 2 plastic covers for the screw heads are back in place. This ring here, just clean it a little bit. Kind of just slides in. Line it up with the notches. Press down. I think. There it goes. Nice. Well set. This ring here Press down again. Bingo. Okay. Good. There you have it, folks. Disassembling a Keurig K200 and of course reassembling it. Okay, so mission accomplished. I'm just going to monitor this for a few days and make sure that it doesn't come back, and we'll post an update within a few days. Thanks for watching, guys.